Hey, what's going on? It's Gage here from the Football Friends podcast, coming at you with another video for today. And I was reading headlines on Twitter that said £11 million in extortion. And no, it's not another video about the Glazers taking dividends out of Manchester United. It is Paul Pogba who has been extorted, apparently. And so the rumor has it that Paul Pogba is being extorted by his brother. So this article here from Yahoo says the Paul Pogba blackmail case explained. So, French authorities are investigating claims that Paul Pogba, the World Cup winner and Juventus midfielder and former Manchester United player, has been the victim of threats and extortion attempts by his older brother Mathias and some of their childhood friends. So, the story broke on Sunday after a bizarre video appeared on Mathias's social media accounts. In the 2-minute, 41-second video, Mathias spoke 4 languages in a pre-written message promising big revelations about Paul. Paul's representative, Rafaela Pimenta, who has taken over from Mino Raiola, and fellow French star Kylian Mbappe. So, I'll just quickly show you this video, as this is apparently Mathias's. I don't know if this is actually Mathias Pogba's account, but let's see. We'll just watch this video.
Hi everyone, This is Mathias Pogba. I will announce you that soon I will make great revelation about my brother Paul Pogba and Rafaela Pimenta, her lawyer, her friend, her confidant, the one who called today the most powerful woman of football.
So just so you know, Mathias Pogba is Pogba's older brother, and he has a twin. He has a twin brother called Florentin Pogba, and all of the Pogba brothers have played professional football on some level. I believe Mathias has played sort of in the lower leagues in England and all over the place actually. And then Florentin Pogba played a lot of his time at Saint Etienne and French teams and stuff like that.
And called by my brother, his second mother. For those who don't know me, I'm a professional footballer and also the big brother of the world champion Paul Pogba, currently playing at Juventus Turin after a disappointing spell at Man United. I don't think you missed it, with the hype surrounding his transfer and his setbacks due to his injury and his unforgettable, catastrophic documentary.
Okay, yeah. So I've actually already done a video on Pogba's documentary, which was frankly, it was not very well received. There were a lot of bad reviews. I think it got the lowest review ever on IMDb, which is pretty embarrassing. It came across very kind of arrogant, and so it has been a bit of turmoil from Pogba recently. So it seems like this is just adding more fuel to the fire.
Currently, my brother is recovering to be prepared for the future World Cup, which will be played in a short time. So, if I am making this video today and embarking in this process, it is because I believe the French, Italian and English public, my brother's fan, and even more, the French national team, the Juventus team, my brother's teammate, and his sponsors deserve to know certain things in order to make an informed decision whether he deserves the admiration, respect, and love of the public, whether he deserves his place in the French national team and the honor of playing in the World Cup, if he deserves to start at Juventus, if he's a trustworthy person that any player would want to have at his side, and finally, is he worthy of being taken as a representative and model by the youth of the world, and of course, the big brands. Also, you will learn about Rafaela Pimenta, former business partner of the famous Mino Raiola, will allow you to get an idea of her integrity, her professionalism, her loyalty, and whether she deserves to take over the Mino Raiola team.
So they're talking about Mino Raiola here, who passed away either last year or the start of this year. He was Pogba's agent and the agent for a number of players, like Erling Haaland and several others. And he was actually quite. A lot of people actually really hated him because he would demand massive agent fees and be a kind of dirty dealing kind of stuff. So it's kind of funny hearing him say whether or not Rafaela Pimenta deserves to take over from Mino Raiola. Like he didn't exactly set a high bar. So anyway.
This is allow you, his players, to know if she deserves to represent them and look after the interest. And for the future promising future players looking for agents, representative for their future contract. Will Rafaela Pimenta will really care about them and their families? And are they people who you can trust? I think what I have to say is likely to interest a lot of people. I will also tell you very important things about Kylian Mbappe, the star of the football right now. And there will be elements and many testimonies to corroborate my words. All disease will be explosive and make a lot of noise. Also, I assume that you have a lot of questions, that you are wondering the reason of my action. Everything will be relieved in time. So share in mass, comment, stay tuned. See you very, very soon. Ciao.
Okay, so the first thing I'm going to say at this is it's quite strange that you make a video saying like I'm going to reveal all of this stuff soon. That really gives a blackmail vibe, because if it was just something that you actually wanted, that you think the public deserves to know, wouldn't you just release it straight away? Why are you instead just kind of hyping it up? That kind of sounds like you're trying to blackmail someone. But look, it's hard to know. I'm making a few, I'm kind of jumping to conclusions here, but it's hard to know what the true story actually is. But this is what we know so far. So since that video, Paul Pogba's camp has responded, saying in a statement that his brother's threats, see, they do perceive it as a threat, are unfortunately no surprise, and in addition to threats and extortion attempts by organised gangs against Paul Pogba. So, what I understand, since then, Pogba has contacted, well, he talked to Juventus lawyers, and they're actually trying to press charges or something like that. So it says, French media soon reported that the police have been investigating the claim since early August. Paul Pogba told investigators he's been targeted by Mathias and others in a multi-million-dollar blackmail attempt. So, yeah, attempt from a gang extortion. So it says, Paul Pogba has detailed threats and intimidation that he says date back to March. So what happened was, Pogba was visiting, he was in France on international duty, and he went to visit the suburb where he grew up in late March. And that said, apparently some childhood friends dragged him into an apartment where two armed men demanded 13 million euros, or 11 million pounds, for services rendered, which apparently is, the gang kind of protected him while he was growing up in that neighborhood for 13 years. That's what they're claiming. So, says that Pogba eventually paid them nearly 100,000 euros just to appease them at the moment, but that wasn't enough. So, says that then later on, Pogba reportedly saw the blackmailers in April in Manchester, while he was still playing for Manchester United, and then in July in Turin, where he plays for Juventus. And so that's obviously what caused him to go to the authorities. So it says that in July he told the investigators he recognized his brother Mathias among the men, which is quite the explosive claim. This is crazy. So yeah, publicly for years, Paul and Mathias seem to have a close relationship. There's the three Pogba brothers here after the World Cup win, and Pogba's mother just here. So, yeah, he played a variety of clubs. Occasionally, he played for Guinea national team. Where are we? So they attended so it says here that Mathias also attended the Euro Games last summer, and then they held a charity event at a Paris hotel, which is around the same time that Paul Pogba was allegedly held up at gunpoint and blackmailed. So it does sort of put Mathias there at the time. But so it also says that Paul Pogba has reportedly stayed close with his childhood friends. So he told the investigators that he had helped them out financially. He reportedly traces back to January of this year, where he kicked out a friend from his Manchester house after realizing they had stolen €200,000 using Paul's credit cards. So in this, that's the video we just watched. He says they're going to learn something about Paul Pogba, whatever that's going to be. So they're saying they're coming out with these revelations about whether he is a trustworthy person. So Mathias is sort of just saying back that this is all made up. He's trying to say, he's accusing Paul Pogba of lying to the police and trying to manipulate the media and authorities to spin this in some kind of story. And then, so he says that you implicated me in spite of myself. I almost died because of you. You left me in a hole and you want to play the innocent one. When everything is said, people will see that there is no bigger coward, bigger traitor, and bigger hypocrite than you on this earth. So, man, these are some pretty intense, salacious statements from Mathias Pogba here. And so, yeah, Kylian Mbappe is also mentioned in this video. And so, oh, what's this? A final tweet. Of course, it's in French. I don't. Okay, that's my mistake. I wish I could speak French. So yeah, Kylian Mbappe is mentioned, and they're saying that there's something to do with witchcraft. So I've heard that the allegation is something to do with Paul Pogba used some kind of witchcraft ritual to try and make Kylian Mbappe play bad or something like that. That's what I've heard. And of course, with the Pogbas being devout Muslims, you know, getting involved with some kind of magic of some kind like this is sort of haram, I guess. Like it's not allowed. And so that's sort of what he's trying to say. But again, there's a bit of a weird claim, and it says, Mathias promised to tell you very important things about Kylian Mbappe, the star of world football. And he said it's going to be explosive and make huge noise. But yeah, like I was sort of saying before, this is a weird situation because why do you start with the initial video then? Why don't, if you want to all this to be explosive and make huge noise, why don't you just come straight out with the video? That's what I don't understand. Well, I'm sorry, why don't you just come straight out with whatever you've got, like the actual evidence and stuff like that? So it's a bit weird. I don't understand this situation, but either way, this is a hell of a weird situation. Like it's just, I don't really understand what's going on completely. It's a bit weird. And look, I mean, I won't lie, I do have a bias against Paul Pogba. Paul Pogba used to be one of my favorite players, but he sort of flopped pretty hard for Man U, and then sort of, caused a big fuss when he was leaving, and sort of, my opinion of him dropped significantly. And in a way, I'm kind of grateful that he's gone now, because Manchester United doesn't have to deal with this drama, because God, whatever this is going to be, it's going to be a hassle. And I don't know, maybe yeah. So anyway, summing up, it's going to be really interesting to see where this goes. I don't know how this is going to play out, but as soon as any new news on this drops, I'll probably update with another video. All right, well, until then, like and subscribe to the Football Friends podcast, and tell your friends about the channel, and I'll catch you next time. Cheers.